Hello, I've been asked to do something to show how I pack parcels, because apparently the last lot of parcels we sent away, ours all arrived intact while others fell apart, and so this is my attempt to show how I do it. Nothing clever about it, it's all fairly straightforward, but if you're not used to doing it, it might be helpful. I hope it will anyway. One thing I should apologise for, and that is I've done all the camera work myself, with the result that at one point you don't see my head. Well, I'm sure that's going to be an advantage, but the main thing was to show the parcel, and so that is what the camera was pointing at. So here's the thing, and see how you get on with it. Well, the problem with packing books is that you tend to get them like this, with loads of space between each book, and it weighs such a huge amount that you end up with probably double the number of boxes that you need. So the only way, as far as I can see, to do it is to spend hours sorting all the books out into size. So that's what we'll do. As you can see, I've got quite a few boxes of books here that is going to take me rather a long time. Okay, well, we've now got the books more or less sorted. It's not possible to get them exactly in the right piles because there's so many different shapes and sizes, but at least they're a bit closer than they were before, so we can now start the next stage of putting them into the boxes. Okay, so here we are after a few hours. The books are now in boxes, and although you can still see some gaps in the boxes, which we could get more in actually if we were a bit more careful with the packing, but we're trying to keep the box weight down to 15 kilo, no more than that, so that's why there's spaces there to keep the weight down. But at least by having the books all approximately the same size, it's made it possible to fit them in rather more easily than would have been possible. Well, so far all I've done is just put tape around the edges, the joints, so that it just holds together. It's not going to do a lot, but it's just to hold it in place while I put the important stuff around, which is this cling film, which the reel cost £7, £8, something like that. And so far, well, it's nearly at the end now, but we must have done, I should think, 30 parcels like this, so it's well worthwhile. And it's this that really holds everything together. So all we have to do, and I can guarantee if I try and do this it won't be cooperative, but start by just putting the film around the side, and as you may hopefully be able to see, let it overlap over the top edge as well, which all just helps it to hold together basically. There we go, and as it's now I've got it started, it's a bit easier. Just push the side over the top. It doesn't really matter what it looks like because it's all going to get covered. So we've put a couple of layers around there, and now we'll turn it over and roll it over to the other side, and do the same thing on the other side. If it looks as though I'm struggling, it's because it weighs about 15 kilos, and I'm a 7-stone weakling, or at least I used to be. Still a weakling, but not 7 stone anymore. But this cling film, it's amazing stuff. If you go to Heathrow Airport, they will wrap a case for you. It will probably cost £7, about that per case. For the same price, I've got a reel here, and I could do 30 cases. So I think it's jolly good value. And the thing is, it does help to hold everything all securely together. Now I'm turning it round, so I can now do it end to end. So we can now roll that over there. Now, as you may see on the table here, I've got a couple of labels that I can put under the cling film, which will two things. Obviously, it identifies the parcel, but being inkjet, if it gets wet, of course, it will run. If you put it underneath the cling film, it will keep it dry. So, I've got one there for the top. And now we've done that, I'll swing it round again so I can take it around the other way once more. Good, that's that. And we'll put another one on the end. And then hopefully it doesn't matter how the package is stacked, one of these labels will be obvious. So just one or two more layers around. That'll do for that, I think. And a pair of scissors just to cut the film off. And that'll do for that. So far so good. The cling film, I just bought it from a local company that sells packaging materials. I imagine probably get it off the internet as well. But as I say, not expensive. Now, the next stage, I've got this little ball of string. Well, yeah, little. We got a big one because we do a lot of packaging. And so the next stage now is to put some string around it. So what we want to do is first of all work out how long I need the string. So we'll do it like this. I need to go twice this way around the box, twice around there, and then it's going to go once all the way around the edge, like that, and also once around the top edge, you see what I mean, and then a bit extra. So that's probably what we're going to need. And now I'll untangle this and then show you how to tie the knot. Well, it wasn't really tangled up, but just fairly loosely. So what I'm going to do is start off on this side, and then I was never in the Boy Scouts, so I don't know what a proper slip knot looks like, but what I do is simply put a loop around the string there and then turn that end around and a knot there. So it's very simple. That's made a knot there, pull it up, and I've now got a slip knot that will slip into place, but it won't fall apart. Right, having done that, we now carry on. I want to put it round here next. So put the whole bundle through there. The real secret to this is try and keep everything reasonably tight as you're doing it. So having done that, we're now coming round the edge here, and I'll now want to take the string all the way around the side. So for the moment I'll just hold it with that hand and push the bundle through the side there. So that's got my first part, and then the same again here, and you can pull it back so you can hold it with the other hand while you pull the string through, so it's not too difficult. and now pull it all the way round, and I'll need to stop the camera so I can show you the other side. Right, here we go then, we're going around the other side now. Same thing again, put the string through the cord, pull it round so I can hold it with my other hand while I pull the loose through, and then the same again here. Pull the loose through, and then finally the bit that I've been holding on to all this time, push it through there. Good, so that's there. Right, having done that, I'm now going to turn it over so I can take it under, and I apologise for the bangs that's coming from next door. I don't think they're commenting on my videoing, I think they're just doing some DIY. So, around. Finally we come to the top, and whether you can see that it's being pulled across that way a bit at the moment deliberately, because when I put this through here and then pull it back, that will pull it straight, and which means that now all the way round it's all nice and tight, and then simply do a simple loop under there to hold it all together, and so that is now quite secure, ready to finish. We've got quite a bit of string left there, but that's deliberate, because now what we're going to do is make a handle. So just keep pushing string across, back and forwards, back and forwards. I think that's probably about enough for the amount of string I've got left, and now I'm going to push it under that piece as well, and then over the top, so it kind of ties it all together. I don't suppose it's really necessary, but one of the things I like to do. And then the same at this end, pull it round under there, and then I can take it all the way around and it holds it together. And then it's just simply a question of tying it off, which you push several loops through like that, and that is probably already enough to hold. It's not going to come apart, but I also like to put a knot in the end there like that, so that the string can't possibly pull through. So that's all now held secure. We've got a handle there we can pick the parcel up with, and it's all tied nicely together. If it gets bashed or anything, heavy treatment, the combination of the string and the shrink wrap holds everything together, so it shouldn't come to any harm. Well, as it's a nice day, I decided to come outside to finish the rest off, and I didn't manage to quite finish all those boxes with my reel of shrink wrap, so I've had to buy a new one, and you can see how much you get on a new one. £8 for that lot. Yeah, £10 for one in black, but I prefer transparent because you can put labels underneath, and then they're protected as well as everything else. So that was showing putting books in boxes. Now I thought I'd do one with soft goods like these tops, for instance, that we've been donated, and normally I would put them in a plastic tarpaulin and wrap them up into a big parcel and shrink wrap them. In this case I've got these boxes, so we're going to experiment with that. But the key thing is using one of these, or more than one, which is a vacuum bag, because that shrinks everything down to a nice small size. So I'll make a start putting these in here and come back when I'm a bit nearer the end. Right, well, we've got all the contents of that box in this bag, and we're now going to vacuum it down to try and make it a bit smaller. So my glamorous assistant here will put the vacuum on the end of that and switch on. Good. That'll go in there nicely, and I'm hoping the contents of this will also fit in another vacuum bag, and then we can pack it all up. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, we've got that in, and it just about fits, so we can now just pull the lid together, and it's pretty much as before, really. So we'll do that. Okay, now as I said, I would normally get to tarpaulin. You can buy them fairly cheaply, plastic tarpaulin, cut them to size and wrap the parcel with one of those. It's all straightforward and simple stuff. But now, as you can see with this box, I've now got it all taped up. It's nothing significant about the colour of the tape, it's just some that I happen to buy, and I've got it, so we'll use it. And now, pretty much as before, we'll put the shrink wrap on and hopefully make everything secure. The only snag is that this is now it's a full roll. It's a bit heavy. And this box, of course, it's a lot bigger than the other ones because this is a 23 kilo lot. It's going to be going by BA. I have to say, BA are very generous with their luggage allowance, especially on a charity ticket, and this is certainly well within their size limit, and it is just 23 kilos, so it'll go in the weight as well. And on the charity ticket you can have 3 23 kilo lots, so it gives you room for your own luggage plus donated goods like this. Of course, with it being 23 kilos, it's a bit heavier to move around. As before, put it over so that it will overlap round the edges, and then once we've gone end for end, it makes the whole thing nice and tight. And while I'm doing this, I should put one of the labels in that I've prepared, and the other one will go on the top. Just so you can see the label. I must say, with it being on the top, it's a round top and it's not balanced very well, so it's not holding up very easily. Still, we get in there. Right, now we'll take it across the end. You can feel how the box suddenly gets firmer when it's got the cling film around it. Extraordinary when it's such flimsy stuff. Let me put the other label on. Take it over to do the other side. Of course, if I was Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'd do it a lot more easily. Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm the before rather than the after. Still, it's all very biblical, you know what the Bible says. God takes the weak things of the world to confound the mighty, so that qualifies me. Certainly confound myself often enough. Good. Now the only snag is I've put the label there for the top of the box on the bottom. Well, I suppose it matters as long as it's somewhere. Of course, it'll have the ordinary luggage labels as well, so it shouldn't go missing. Right, I think I'll probably do it that. And now the only snack is I haven't got my ball of string, so right, there's my ball of string. And as I said, I don't think it doesn't really matter about that being on the bottom, because in any case I'm going to make the handle for the parcel on the edge actually, so so the bottom is actually one of the edges, so we're all right. Right, see how much string we need. Do all the way around. I think we go all the way around there twice as well, and then that way around, and some for the handle. Good. Right, just before, a simple slip knot on the top. Let's turn it round, make it a bit easier. Right. And then the same thing again for the second one, do an extra on this side, on this as well, to what I did before, because it's a bigger box, just to make sure it all holds together okay. Right, now I can take it the rest of the way round. And then finally back to the top again, where we can make the handle. That's about it, I think. Put it again under both of those this time and round, just to hold it all together. And the same over here. And then a few knots to finish it off. With every kind of parcel tying, the secret is to keep everything tight all the time. Put all the packaging together, get rid of all the spare spaces, keep the string tight as you're putting it on. If you're using a tarpaulin or a wrapping, you need to keep it all tight. And nothing complicated about it. Oh, a final knot to stop it sliding through. And that should be secure, I think. Quick bit of the excess off. Good. Oh, there we go. That should now be able to withstand most bashing around that it's likely to get at the airport. And of course the beauty of using this cling wrap stuff is that it stops the sneak thief from being able to do anything. Obviously anybody could get in if they really wanted to, but it's going to be obvious they have, so there's no quick open the lid and put your hand in and grab something, take it out. You can't do that with all this. So there we go, packaging.